Well, it's a good day in DeKalb County. It's a yes. It's actually another good day in DeKalb County. Let me start off. Listen, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Burrell Ellis, DeKalb County Chief Executive Officer. For anybody keeping track, and I know some of you are, you know that we've recently launched a series of innovative initiatives designed to improve the quality of life and meet the critical needs of our citizens here in DeKalb County. Just 2 weeks ago, we broke ground for our new fueling facility at one of our landfills where we're converting landfill gas into CNG, compressed natural gas, to fuel automobiles. Within the next 3 years, we're going to be fueling 306 of our sanitation vehicles, and we will be selling that gas to those automobiles that can use CNG. Now that's good news, that's innovation. Last week, again, and let me mention that landfill, that CNG, we didn't do it alone. We did it in partnership with the Obama administration and a private sector partner. Last week, again with the Obama administration and a private sector partner, we announced the latest in one of our housing initiatives, again designed to meet the critical needs of our citizens, our Good Neighbor Next Door program. We met at the house of Officer Bernadette Hooker in my neighborhood, no less, where we are providing homes for teachers and first responders, okay, to get affordable, quality homes discounted at a 50% value. Formerly homes that were formerly vacated as a result of foreclosure. Now that's innovation, and that's something that we should all applaud. Now you can applaud, yeah. Today I'm very excited to announce a major initiative to create jobs and put our people back to work. Too many of our citizens continue to struggle with the burden of unemployment or underemployment, the likes of which continue to threaten the stability of families, communities, and our entire nation. One of the key components of the American Jobs Act is targeted to rebuilding our nation's crumbling infrastructure. Here at home, we're investing $1.35 billion over the next 8.5 years towards the upgrade and repair of our aging water and sewer system. Our system is one of the largest and the oldest in the southeastern United States. With more than 2,600 miles of sewer pipes, a significant portion of which is more than 50 years old, maintaining and operating the sewer system is an enormous task. These upgrades, which are a part of our capital improvement plan, will ensure compliance with the Federal Clean Water Act, the Georgia Water Quality Act, and will improve the viability of the county's water and sewer system for generations to come. Now let me say that I'm joined up here by several partners. Commissioner Kathie Gannon has just joined me. Commissioner Gannon, everybody. The chair of our local delegation, Chairman Howard Mosby is here. Chairman Mosby. We've got some special guests that I'm going to announce as they come forward, so I'm going to skip over them, and who are several of our partners, and representing our veterans, our mayor, Mayor Ransom from City of Clarkston. Were you on the ballot this week, Mayor Ransom? Well, congratulations to you. Okay. Looking forward to a continued partnership. And I'll introduce some of our partners who are being represented up here in just a minute. The magnitude of the repairs that we're going to be completing into our water and sewer system has presented us with the opportunity to implement our own local stimulus program that will create jobs now and help citizens grow businesses now. According to a recent study by the Carl Vinson Institute of Government at the University of Georgia, up to 3,670 direct jobs and 709 indirect jobs will be created as a result of projects funded by our capital improvement plan. Up to an additional 277 jobs will be induced by the economic activity resulting from these projects, such as grocers and retailers. That's over 4,000 jobs, new jobs, by 2015. Now, many of these jobs will result from repairs that will be set aside for DeKalb residents through our First Source ordinance, which requires contractors to look at DeKalb residents first when filling positions. And many of our local small businesses will be beneficiaries of contracts through our local small business enterprise ordinance, which I am honored to have authored when I was a county commissioner, and which requires that contractors utilize certified local small business enterprises for all county contracts. We're calling this initiative ONE DeKalb Works. ONE DeKalb Works is a partnership between DeKalb County and our national partner, the National Urban League, and their local affiliate, the Urban League of Greater Atlanta, along with several local partners, including Goodwill Industries of North Georgia, Georgia Piedmont Technical College, and our labor unions. Now, I emphasize the National Urban League because our local paper got a little confused this morning. In the morning paper, I think they confused the National Urban League with another organization, but I can assure you that our citizens know the National Urban League. That's right. The National Urban League is an historic civil rights organization dedicated to economic empowerment in order to elevate the standard of living in historically underserved urban communities. We're joined today by their president and CEO, the Honorable Marc H. Morial, former mayor of the city of New Orleans and president of the U.S. Conference of Mayors, who flew up for this special announcement. Mr. Morial, a personal friend, everybody knows Marc Morial, but wave. April Hunt, where are you? Marc Morial, okay? Mr. Morial will be bringing some remarks shortly, and then he's going to join me in the signing of an MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding, which is going to outline the terms of our partnership. Through these agency and community partnerships, we'll be able to implement this local stimulus program on the ground to provide local jobs to DeKalb County residents. For example, the National Urban League will be responsible for capital improvement plan job monitoring and small business development. Georgia Piedmont Technical College will provide occupational skills training, and Goodwill Industries of North Georgia will offer training for jobs in the construction industry. Public-private partnerships will be developed to make available other educational and training services. And our workforce development, purchasing and contracting, and water and sewer departments will work hand in hand in implementing the program. There's a lot that could be said. Bottom line, we know that America needs to get back to work, and we need to start right here at home. I want you to know that each and every day, DeKalb County is doing its part. We're rolling up our sleeves. We're getting back to work. Whether it's, creating new fuel sources to reduce our dependence on foreign oil and to become that cleaner, greener county that we brag about. Whether it's finding housing alternatives for down payment assistance and to put first responders and teachers in foreclosed homes. Or whether it's meeting the most critical needs of putting citizens back in jobs today, now, right away, being creative and being innovative. We've got to repair our water and sewer system, but the silver lining to this cloud is the creation of those 4,000 jobs over the next 3.5 years, and that's big news. Now, I want to bring up some of the other partners we depend upon to make this happen so you can hear directly from them. And I want to start by introducing someone to you who really needs no introduction. He cut his teeth in local government right here at the county level. He understands what it means to get things moving at the local level because that's where he started. And now he's doing a great job representing us in the United States Congress. Ladies and gentlemen, Congressman Henry Hank Johnson.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you. The other day I was walking through the airport and somebody stopped me. I had on my black suit and white shirt, black tie. They said, you look like a minister or a undertaker. And I said, no, ma'am, I am neither. I'm in the American dream business. And she said, what does that mean? I said, I'm in the business of helping to restore the American dream to Americans. Now, that American dream has taken many steps from the old pioneering days where you would have a family in a stagecoach and they'd go out west and find a spot and stake down their claim to the land, and it was family. You were responsible to yourself and your family, and you could live out in the woods, chopping wood for heat, and raising your own food, and you could get along. And then more and more people started doing that, and then you started getting towns and cities, and so what do you know? You gotta have some kind of regulatory entity, government, to make sure that prosperity and defense are paramount. And so things have gotten a lot more complex since those times, those pioneering times. But we still have developed an attitude of kind of that pioneer independent streak. I do it myself and I'm not responsible to anybody else. I have no responsibility, that kind of attitude. It has to live. We had to become more sophisticated as people in America. We do have a responsibility to each other, and it takes government, it takes private enterprise, it takes the charitable sector. It takes all of those to bring prosperity to all of the people. And so I believe that this initiative, this ONE DeKalb Works, which results in men and women at work in DeKalb County. Right. I think that this is the precise type of partnership that the times call for. And so I want to commend all of the leaders who are bringing this about. The CEO of DeKalb County must be commended for his foresight that didn't start when he became CEO, because that local small business enterprise legislation, which undergirds this concept, was passed, I think, during our second year, maybe third year in office. Nobody was thinking about this kind of situation here, where you would, and by the way, I got to take credit also.
You voted for it.
Well, no. You talked about the gasification of the landfill, selling the landfill. I was the one that first did that in with the Seminole landfill, the county landfill. I made it happen over there, and this is yeah. So anyway, enough tooting my own horn, but it's so great to see things coming together for ONE DeKalb. We truly are one, even though it's so many of us and we're so diverse. And we have to just care about each other. I care about whether or not there are enough jobs for you you young people to be able to matriculate into. We all should care about one another. We are our brother's keeper. And so I want to thank everyone, thank all of the partners who are going to make this thing happen, putting many people back to work. This is the role of government.
That's right.
Government is not the problem. Government, along with private enterprise, is the solution. Thank you.
I want to thank the Congressman for his remarks. He's right. We initially began converting landfill gas and selling it to Georgia Power for electricity, and now we're going a step further. But what I really gleaned from his comments was ONE DeKalb, many parts. We're ONE DeKalb. And that, if we take nothing else away from us, that's what we should take. Now, I want to recognize, I want us to move quickly. I want to recognize a couple other friends that my sometimes 40 plus, some people might say I'm slightly older, I sometimes overlook. Tomorrow's Veterans Day, and we owe a debt of gratitude to our veterans. We will be recognizing Veterans Day at a service immediately following this ceremony. But Mr. Ray Jones from our Veteran Affairs Advisory Board is here, and I want to just thank you and recognize you, Mr. Jones. Mr. Larry Teams from Georgia Piedmont Technical College is here, one of our partners in our ONE DeKalb Works initiative. Thank you. Thank you, Larry. Nancy Flake Johnson, president of the Urban League of Greater Atlanta, is here. Thank you, Nancy, for being here. And I want to bring forward another special partner because we know the importance of labor in getting things done, in building America and in rebuilding America and in keeping people at work and making sure that they are getting good, decent wages and high-end jobs. And so we wanted to keep labor at the table as we made this announcement. And we're joined today by Mr. Charlie Fleming, President of the AFL-CIO of Georgia. Charlie, come on forward.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the Georgia AFL-CIO, I'm extremely proud and happy to be here today. This is about putting workers back to work, putting America back to work, and more especially DeKalb. We bring, and I want to first of all thank CEO Ellis for his leadership and wanting to take a high road strategy versus a low road. So many times counties and municipalities look at the lowest denominator. Everything is based around cost, and we do have to be respectful of cost, but there's a high road strategy, and what we're doing with this partnership is we're going to put people to work that not only make fair wages, we're going to put people to work that have benefits, that have health care, that have pensions and health care that they can, and be able to put their kids through school, through colleges like Perimeter College. The other piece that we're extremely excited about is being able to take folks from the community and bring them into our pre-apprentice and our apprentice programs. You see these folks in the audience in the blue shirts. They're folks from Trade Up. That's a partnership between Labor, Urban League, and some other community folks. And these are DeKalb County residents that have been placed into this Trade Up pre-apprentice program that have now successfully completed that, and they are now in the North Georgia Building Trades certified, U.S. certified, and recognized apprentice programs. So these folks are on the way to learning a skill that they'll be able to take anywhere in this country. So that's really our piece in this partnership is to, one, provide skilled labor folks that know what they're doing. They're going to show up, they're going to be on time, they're going to do it under budget, and they're going to make it happen, and they're going to get it done right the first time. And then we're going to provide opportunities for DeKalb residents to get into these apprentice programs. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a big shortage of construction jobs. There's a big shortage coming up. And we need opportunities for our youth. We look around in the metro area, there's so many schools, so many kids that are dropping out of school because they don't want to go to college or they can't afford college, and our graduation rates are lower than they should be. But these are opportunities to help those kids learn a skill and provide for their families with good jobs. So I congratulate CEO Ellis on this initiative. I'm excited as I can be with working with all our new partners, and we look forward to putting DeKalb Countyans back to work. Thank you.
This is really about partnership, and none of us could do this alone. I want to recognize Commissioner Lee May, who's sitting on the front row. Commissioner May. And I see the chairwoman of the Urban League of Greater Atlanta, Noni Ellis in Southall. Thank you for being here, Noni, as well. And are there any other county commissioners? I think I've caught all of you. Am I getting a wave in the back?
He's already introduced Gannon.
Okay, I think I got it. Okay. Okay, Keith Thomas from the North Georgia Building Council. Thank you, Keith, for being here. Awesome. Thank you so much. Now, I've already told you about Marc Morial's background as a mayor, his background as a leader of mayors, his background as president and CEO of one of our nation's greatest historic civil rights organizations dedicated to economic empowerment. He understands urban governance. He understands innovation. He understands what it takes to take an urban environment and turn it around and put it back on track. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend Marc H. Morial.
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What do we want?
Jobs.
When do we want them?
Now.
What do we want?
Jobs.
When do we want them?
Now.
This is all about jobs. And I'm proud to be here as president of the National Urban League with our local partner, the Urban League of Greater Atlanta. And Greater Atlanta means that their service area includes DeKalb County. And for many years, since 1920, we have had a presence in this region and have been dedicated to connecting people to work. Throughout this year, the National Urban League has championed the idea that the #1 issue facing our nation is jobs. The #2 issue facing our nation is jobs. The #3 issue facing our nation is jobs. And that nothing is more important with 13 to 14 million people out of work than giving people a chance to support themselves and their families and their children. I applaud CEO Ellis, #1, for assembling a coalition of federal and state officials, the business community and labor, the nonprofit community, the idea that yes, we can work together.
That's right.
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
we can work together.
We can work.
And I compliment CEO Ellis, the county commission, and the local government for taking the bull by the horns and saying we're going to leverage a problem that many great local governments face, and that is aging water and wastewater systems that affect the quality of life and the quality of health. And we're going to turn that problem into a solution that not only improves public health, but also that puts men and women back to work. Men and women back to work. So this year, the National Urban League, along with its affiliate leadership, we've done job tours in Indiana, job tours throughout New England. Last week, we were in Ohio. This week here in DeKalb County, championing the idea that local government and state governments, local business communities, and labor leadership, technical colleges, and nonprofit providers can put people back to work, respecting the important work of the Obama administration and our congressman here. Local government can make a big difference in putting people back to work. So I applaud this initiative. Our role, proudly, with our partner, the Greater Atlanta Urban League, is to do something we've done in a number of communities across the nation, and that is to assist in the monitoring of the efforts to ensure that DeKalb County residents get a fair opportunity to work on these jobs, that DeKalb County small businesses get an opportunity to have the contracts. Let me say, those two things which you have enshrined in your laws represent good public policy. The idea that your own tax dollars are going to be reinvested in a fashion where people in this county can afford to buy homes. Yeah. People in this county will shop at the retail merchants here in this county. That people in this county will spend dollars that will accelerate and multiply through this county to even create more jobs. So the 4,000 is, I think, the first step. I think this initiative will create many more than 4,000 jobs. So we endorse what you're doing. We're proud to be able to have a role in partnering and in assisting this effort. And I compliment, Burrell, your great leadership in assembling a coalition. Do not let that notion, that idea, that today represents a coming together to put your own residents back to work. So what do we want?
Jobs.
When do we want them?
Now.
And where do we want them?
In DeKalb County.
All right.
Okay. We also have Cheryl Cornett Early from Goodwill Industries of North Georgia, another one of our partners. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Now we're at the part of the ceremony where we're going to do a signing of the MOU, and that's to be followed by a ribbon cutting of a new cyber bus, which is basically a technology workforce facility on wheels. So right now I'm going to ask President Morial and CEO Ellis, and anyone who wants to be in the picture also. I think that.
Here, come on in.
He's got it. He should be.
All right, man.